The people that you're working with, if they can't understand your end goal, and if they're not excited and passionate, if they don't have true incentive and motivation to get to that goal with you, then they shouldn't be a part of the team.
So many people focus on business cards. Who gives a about a business card, to be honest? We all have iPhones. Just give me your number or tap my phone and take my contact information. Right? Hit me up.
So true. We designed our logo within the first 8 months of starting the business, but we didn't put any work into it. We have no work into our website, nothing.
All right, guys, so welcome to episode 4 of Brand of Brothers. I'm Onur Has.
And I'm Okan Has.
And as always, the purpose of this podcast is to document our journey from the trenches. As we scale, we'll share insights on running a business, building your brand, and what it takes to grow a media empire. Our mission is to help 100 business leaders elevate their personal brands. And as always, again, as I get better at this, I won't even have to read off the paper. So we start off this segment always with our wins for the week. And my win for the week was, we're going to talk about this in a little bit as well, but just having an alignment. And I think that had a lot of clarity for me and my brother and the direction that we're moving the business in. And I think a cool thing was the minute I felt that our business was aligned, we got a message from a graphic designer. Shout out Ashley Wu. She sent us some mock-ups, our first round drafts of our logo mock-ups, and it felt very aligned of like the direction that we were headed in. And it's kind of crazy with the law of attraction and everything being aligned and how everything kind of lays down together and comes into place when you're in that right headspace and you know that mission is driving you. So I'd say that would be the win for the week for me.
Yeah, I think we got a lot this week. Or was that last week or this week? That was this week. Yeah, it was this Monday. We definitely got like a lot of clarity on the direction that we want to take this, since we've been building this for about 2-3 years now. We were just in doing the busy work, like just, wearing multiple hats constantly. We still are, but I think we got to a point where we're like, all right, like, can we just slow down for a second and try to figure out what the end result is here? Like, what are we trying to do? What's the end point that we're trying to get to in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right?
Yeah.
And like, once you can that might not be the outcome in the next 10 years, 20 years or whatever. That might not be where we end up, but just having a North Star and now driving towards that and having super crystal clear clarity on where you're trying to go, it builds momentum, and then it builds incentive, right? For everybody to drive towards that. Everybody's on the same mission to get to that point. I think if you don't have that and not everybody's on the same page, it becomes very hazy. You don't really understand what you're trying to do. You're just working really hard towards a goal that you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, just an undefined goal.
An undefined goal. So like, you're not going in a certain direction.
Yeah.
I think just having that, and I don't think you could really get to that point really unless you put in the work, So putting in the work and then like understanding, okay, this is where we're trying to go. And I'm sure that vision, that mission that we're trying to get to might change over time. But my biggest win of the week would be just learning. I've been really using ChatGPT a lot. We use AI a lot within our company. I'm constantly on it, asking it questions, feeding it information, giving me ideas on how to brainstorm, guiding me through processes. I don't try to take information straight from it, like using it as a source base. Sometimes I do to find information in other places, but using it as sort of like a tool that allows you to guide you through your thinking process. So you have a sense of direction. So, you could feed it like, all right, I want to have this result. I want to work on this project and this is the result that I want. And then you feed it. And then the way I like it the best is you prompt it a certain way so it understands the context of what you're trying to build. And then you say to it, okay, now that you understand what I'm trying to build here, now give me a step-by-step process on how to do it. And then and when you do that, it'll spit out all the whole information in like a document form. But then after that, I'll be like, look, I don't want to, this is too much information for me to receive at once for this project. Instead, feed it to me in chunks. So feed it to me step 1. And when I say, okay, let's go to the next process. Let's go to the next step. When I do that, I realize there's a bunch of things within the steps and the processes that I question or need help with. And then I go back and forth and I kind of use it as like a assistant to help me through the processes. And when I do that, I find that I'm accelerating my work. So I started using that with, for ChatGPT and with AI automations for content distribution. Just getting into the understanding of how that works and how you can use it to your benefit. So feeding it information, trying to get some sort of outcome, and then being able to produce and using AI as your automation assistant. And then there's a lot of coding that's involved with that, which I don't know anything about, but I know that I have the AI assistant to guide me through and understand and ask the right questions for me to get to that endpoint. And then you keep doing that and you go through all the steps. So it's really interesting where AI is headed with content generation and distribution. Super interesting. And we'll get into this later on in the podcast. So definitely keep listening if you want to hear more about the experiences that I'm currently facing and the challenges that I'm coming across when learning about how to incorporate AI into our business.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, right. All right.
Yeah. No, I think, and just to go off of the AI platforms, these guys like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and, all these entrepreneurs back in the day, they didn't have access to this type of information so quickly. So there is no excuse of, I don't know how to figure something out, or I don't know the step in the process. And even if it doesn't give you the entire framework or step-by-step or all the latest things, at least it could give you a direction in where to start. Because I think that's what a lot of people have problems with, is if they want to start a business, they have a tough time figuring out where to start and how to start. So it just fast tracks you.
Yeah, I think to contradict your point a little bit, but I agree with you, but I want to contradict you a little bit. But I think we should go in. Okay. You're saying like, using AI to start something, right? Mm-hmm. Which I think is great. And I think that's good for like things that have to do with systemizing things or understanding or learning, right? But coming back to how we started this, I think the only thing that really allows you to do the thing is actually doing it and not researching and analyzing, right? I think that's where a lot of people get caught up too. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you just kind of just do the thing mm-hmm. and not really think about what the outcome could be, I think AI is a better tool for you're already in it. You already understand what you're in, like, or what, business you're in, or, maybe you're working a job, you understand, what you have to do, or you're in it, you know what I mean? And allowing it to guide you through that process. Like, the process already, you're in that process, you know what I mean? But yes, also starting stuff, like starting a project, right? Like I use it for, okay, I'm interested in this thing. I want to know how to use it to my advantage. how do I start this thing? What's the first step? You know what I mean? And I think it allows you to be like, okay, now I can trust this resource. I can trust it, right? I'm not going to be playing the guessing game every 5 seconds and trying to find all this stuff. And, is this even the right, is this even the right source? Am I even reading the right information here? You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of holding your hand and like guiding you towards the right direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But do you want to, okay, so going into it, so we'll get into the podcast, and this week, coming back to, Owner just brought it up on the big wins, was the team alignment. So this week we actually had a meeting with the team on our mission and what we envision the company to be in the next 10 years. Right?
Yeah.
And so I'll read that out, like just some of the stuff. So since you guys already know from the introduction of the podcast, our goal is to help 100 business leaders build their personal brand. We've worked with plenty of business leaders. We're currently working with we're working with leading experts in their field. Mm-hmm. So that excites us. We've worked with, in the beginning, we worked with an array of people, right? In the fitness industry, we've tried the restaurant industry. We tried, what else did we try?
Cars.
Yeah, the automotive industry, the there's definitely more. It's got to be. In the fitness industry, like we tried that kind of niche. We're still sort of in that. I feel like fitness will always be a part of our brand.
Yeah.
But not like
fitness is a business.
Fitness is a business, yeah. But I think there's a line between the type of people that we envision to work with, mm-hmm. and then the type of person we don't envision to work with. You know what I mean? But that's fine, whatever. So that really kind of came clear to us. So once we kind of understood that, we were like, okay, and we had that in mind for the last few weeks because we've been saying it for the last few weeks. But what that allows us to do is we're like, okay, who are we as a company, you know? And where do we want to see? Okay, if we end up doing this and going through with this, where do we want to be in 10 years? So we were saying being like, we really like a lot of what Complex does, what other companies like the New York Times feel, New York Post.
I sent you one today. It was
like Vice is cool.
Yeah, Vice is awesome. I started with an R.
Oh, Repost or Repurpose or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so understanding what kind of molding that and understanding what we want to become, but then bringing in our own identity to that space. So once we understood that, all right, like we want to be mass distributors. So we want to be professional content distributors and rapid distributors. So we want to learn how.
Distributor is wrong.
What?
I'm sorry, weird. Sorry.
So we want to be
distributors. Yeah.
Distributors?
Yeah, distributors.
What's wrong with that? So I think it's just.
I forgot how you just said it. It was all right. Whatever. It's all good.
But so that's what we would want to be, right? So we would want to be like, we were just getting really good at distributing content, and there's a lot of complexity that evolves around that, but AI helps with that process. So that's why I really, really dove into that. See, that's another reason why I'm like, okay, I understand that this is what we want to be. So I should learn this thing, you know?
Yeah.
So it's giving you direction.
Yeah.
And then getting on a call with our team, and then we kind of asked each person on our team, look, there's a lot more to it. We got like a whole entire page of, our brainstorming session, kind of putting everything together. But we met with our team and we asked them, look, this is our vision. This is concrete right now. What do you guys think the vision is? We didn't tell them yet. And we just wanted to know if we were on the same page, right? And, they said what they said, and it was sort of in a line with what we were thinking. Mm-hmm. So it kind of gave us like some hope, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So just knowing that too, because the people that you're working with, if they can't understand your end goal, and if they're not excited and passionate and I can't think of the word. I don't know why I can't think of the word.
Drive?
No, it's not even the drive. It's like the incentive or like the
ambition?
No. I guess incentive. If they don't have true incentive and motivation to get to that goal with you, then they shouldn't be a part of the team. Yeah. Because if you have, the way I think about it is, remember we were talking about it the other day. If you have 30 people, and I'm just use a car, like, creating cars, like you're in the business of designing, creating cars. If you have 30 people that are insanely passionate about making the best car in the world, right? Then versus if you only have one person or 3 people that are insanely passionate in making cars, but the rest of the people, like the rest of 20 people are, they want to become the best restaurant owners or whatever. They're like, they want to be master chefs or something. Mm-hmm. Who's going to get there faster?
30 people.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's just common sense. So having that understanding and then having that North Star and then your whole group, your whole team hungry for that mission is what is going to get you to that point. I truly believe that.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's definitely super important. I think, don't quote me on this, but I believe Elon Musk's SpaceX mission is to go multi-planetary, and obviously one day the Earth is going to die. So if we don't get to the next planet, the human race ends. So that's their employees' mission. That's what drives their employees every morning to do their job. Because if you miss a day on that type of mission, you're letting humanity fail. So I think one thing that we did is we figured out how can we translate that to our employees. And for now, it might change, but ours is we want to work with business owners and experts that are like the best of the best. And if we don't get them and market them properly and make them known and be aware, then there's going to be all these other scammers online that try to sell you Dropbox shipping or drop shipping and, build this website and sell, just drop shipping. Let's just use drop shipping. So all these scammers online that are trying to tell you how to make money,
how to 10x your revenue in 3 days.
Yeah, how to 10x your revenue in 3 days. They're maybe haven't gone through what an actual entrepreneur has built, right? So a lot of all the entrepreneurs that we work with, they've built something physical, tangible, a business like on the ground with employees, and they've worked their asses off to get there. Versus there's a lot of these kids out there that, that might have money or rent cars or make it seem like they have money, and they try to start this machine online because they see that there's money to be made online, and then they completely make it very what's the word I'm looking for? Just they taint the name for like what business should be online, right? So, and I think people have a bad taste in their mouth because of that, and there's a lot like sales is getting a lot harder and harder to make online. If you're not like a product or service, like if you're a coach or fitness expert or whatever it may be, a life coach, it's harder to make that translation in the DM now because there's so many people trying to do it because everybody thinks they're a freaking guru now. But yeah, so that's just
yes. I think going back to your point, like I think a lot of people have it wrong, right? Your business isn't social media. Like we said this today, right? Mm-hmm. Your business is your business. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a lot of people that watch content and they see all these people with like, the fancy cars and the money and the all the glory and stuff like that. Yes, there's a lot of people out there that have that and have put in the work and have their own businesses and know how to move money. Mm-hmm. But I think your business is your business. You have to have some type of service, some type of product, some type of you have to build value within yourself and your team, Yeah. Just because you post online and then right away you try to go sell something. Like you just post online because I feel like posting online and because I'm going to be able to get all these eyes on me and I'm going to be able to make money off of this. Yeah. It's like, that's not how it works. Just because you get eyeballs on yourself, like doesn't mean you have value. And if you do get sales, like it's going to die out if you can't prove it. Yeah. Unless you've done it. Unless you've done the fucking work.
Unless also I would say unless you're trying to do it, trying to actually help people and you have no proof before, but you're building proof.
Truth. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing again. So it's like you're using social media as a marketing machine. It's a marketing machine to get your message out there more. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really how you should be looking at it.
Yeah.
It's the social media is not a business. Your business is your business.
Exactly. And that's why a lot of these people get lit up and they act like they have, I forgot the account, but whatever. It's just, there's a lot of bullshit out there. So just
obviously be careful.
Be careful. Yeah, so that was good. Just aligning our mission with the team. And I think we got a lot of clarity out of it, like Okan said. And it's just good to feel clarity because I feel like it helps you have momentum. And this week I feel like we crushed it.
Even though I slept in today, but
it's all right. We've been working hours, late hours.
Yeah, like 6 to 10 o'clock. 6 to 10 o'clock daily.
At like 2 o'clock in the morning last night.
I could not fall asleep last night. I don't know what the hell it was. I was like, when you ever get into like, you try to go to bed and like your body is tired, but your brain just won't shut off.
Yeah.
And this was happening to me. I was just like, dude, like I just want to fall asleep, please. I have so much to do tomorrow and I have to wake up early. Like just fucking go to bed. And it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And then finally I fell asleep and then I woke up and I was just like, I felt like drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Work drunk off the work.
Yeah. Just fucking drunk off the work, bro. Just fucking.
But yeah, I think that was really good. And then it just, like I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, I felt like that aligning just brought everything together. And then the graphic designer that we're working with sent us our first round drafts, and that it's just it was so relieving to see something in such a good direction that it makes it feel like everything is coming together. So that was awesome.
True. Because we had designed our logo. Let's go into that for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we designed our logo probably like within the first 8 months of starting the business.
Yeah.
But we didn't put any work into it. We have no work into our website. Nothing. We don't have our logo right now. I created it when I just kind of did it one day because I was like, I guess we just need to put a logo together, and then I kind of put it together, and we're like, all right, whatever, we'll just throw it up. And then we had Quinn, one of our lead editors, make the website in Squarespace. We're like, yeah, just throw it out. Who cares? Whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, but we still And we just had it up, and then we're just, we just focused on growing the business and working hard. So I feel like a lot of people get that reverse too. They're like, oh, like, I'm going to start a business, so I got to make a really cool logo and a really cool website.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like who's going to see it? It's going to be this super nice website that you put all this money into and this super sick logo that no one's going to see. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you have to offer?
Yeah. And it's like, even to this day, so many people focus on business cards. And sometimes we come into different rooms, or I might be with another client and they introduce me to somebody else. And the question's always, do you have a business card?
Yeah.
And it's like, who gives a fuck about a business card, to be honest? We all have iPhones. Just give me your number or tap my phone and take my contact information, hit me up.
So true.
I don't understand why. Like, I honestly think business cards are so obsolete today. It's honestly insane. Like,
I don't think I've ever used a business card. Like, I've never actually called someone because I had their business card. Have you?
Yeah, and I don't think so either.
Maybe once.
Maybe once.
But like, I think it's an older generation thing.
Yeah.
But
it's like, oh, a business card just makes me feel official. It's like, go out and make the money first, and then think about all that shit after. And I think it's funny because sometimes people invest into these programs, and we've invested into a program for a mentor that has $100 million media business. And I think, it's important to invest into people, but in the beginning,
into yourself,
right? And into people, like helping you, right? Because money makes the world go around. And it's funny because in the beginning, we didn't have a lot of money to invest in ourselves, but we did have the drive and the passion, and you have social media, right? So I think one of the coolest things was, and might sound cliche as shit, but just hearing a reel from Andrew Tate saying, like, all these people focus on start making an LLC, starting a corporation, then getting your business documents together, then spending $750 to incorporate it, and then spending money on a website, and then spending money on this, and then spending money on that. And then all of a sudden, you're already out of money before you even started the fucking business.
Yeah, you're negative before you even have built value.
Exactly. And it's do the thing first, and then when the money comes in, like it did for us, like we didn't start our business, like actually incorporate our business until we got like $20,000 or $30,000, and then all of a sudden we looked at each other and we're like, okay, yeah, I think it's time to open up a bank account, And then you can deal with all the other stuff. The incorporating cost was like $750. Oh, okay, no problem. We'll spend $750. Open up your bank account. Now we need a website. Like, we spent a couple $1,000s on our hostmedia.com name because some asshole fucking upcharged the website because they were holding it. But okay, let's see. Well, we got it on a payment plan. Okay, that makes sense. Now creating a logo, which we did it ourselves. That's the craziest thing. And I think our logo is, I don't know, the way that the foundation we created.
Oh, it's such a good foundation.
It's such a great foundation. But just going into if you're trying to start a business, but you want to file everything first and do all these different things, worry about getting your first client first. And then after that, worry about getting your second client. And then after that, worry about getting your third client. Then when you get some money in the bank and you're like, oh shit, like I got some money in my bank account.
I know how to do this.
Yeah, I know how to do this, one. And then two, the IRS might come after me at the end of the year. Then it's maybe time to start opening up and incorporating your business, in my opinion.
No, 100%.
I think we did it the best way possible.
Yeah. We still got a lot to learn and a lot. Obviously, you guys know our mission now. So we have a long path ahead of us.
And side note, If you know any entrepreneurs that are trying to get into the content game, send them our way, and we'll hook you up.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
if you're watching this. But anyway.
But I think now what clicked for me the other day, going off that too. Remember I'd sent you, like, I was just researching and stuff because I really wanted to understand more about how money operated. And it was just something that I always saw, like when I see like Robert Kiyosaki talking about, talking about, you know, he would say money, like, why would you save, he would say, why would you save money? He says this all the time. Why would you save money if they're printing money? Like he said that. He says that over and over again. And it never really clicked for me. And I just like really, really wanted to understand what he truly meant by that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I kind of went into that rabbit hole, like asking GPT, asking all these questions, giving me feedback on all this stuff. And yeah, so it's not about the money. Like it's such a cliche thing to say because we keep saying it over and over again. You know, it's like
it's not about the money podcast.
But like, because I honestly, for a long time, I thought it was about the money. Mm. I really did. I really thought it was, you know, I'm trying to make all the money possible. Yes, I still am. But
if you build it, they will come.
But yeah, exactly. So if you have if you want, it's about building value. And if this is for like someone who's trying to grow a massive business, right? You're trying to grow an empire. And if you believe in this thing so much, if you're trying to grow your business and make it become something real, that's the primary focus, right? Is reinvesting your money back into the business, right? It's not about investing your money into this to secure yourself with that, because now it's like your primary focal point isn't your business, it's diversifying, right? So that kind of really like opened up my eyes. And then understanding it a little bit more, like the money side of things, like having liquid cash is like the worst thing to do, especially when you're saving is good, but you're not securing that money because that $100,000 in a year is whatever you can buy with that in, let's say 5-10 years. You can't buy the same thing with that because of inflation, obviously, right? Yeah. So like being able to like protect your money, and people obviously do that with like, you know, bonds and stocks and investments of all sorts. But in our case, as business owners, we use money as the driving factor to reinvest into our business and build value into our business and to make and secure our money with the value that we're building. That's our security. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just understanding that and that clicking is like, oh yeah, it's not about the money anymore. Money doesn't mean shit. Like money is a transactional thing that just makes what you want to do or what the endpoint that you want to get there faster, right? Because if we had $500,000 right now, we'd be pouring it back into the business. Our business would grow, you know, like crazy. Yeah. So like, and then now we have like, obviously maybe, you know, I don't know what the case of that would be, but like, or how we would do that. But like, you see what starts to happen there. Like we have that, now we start building more and more value in our business. And it's like, all right, we have this asset now that's secured. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But before the way I thought about it, before it clicked, I don't think this clicks for a lot of people, or maybe never clicks. I think the majority of the population this doesn't click for, but I think the way a lot of people think is like, and let's not just niche this down to like a business owner, saying like just how generalizing like how money operates. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people, the majority of the population think, oh, I can't invest my money because first, I don't know how. Mm-hmm. That's risky. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm scared that I won't make that back. I don't know what I'm doing. But first of all, anyone can invest. Literally anybody. you know? But obviously, you know, the conditions of the economy and all that, and a lot of people aren't fortunate and whatever, you know? So it's obviously a lot more challenging for a lot of people, and that's obviously understandable. But anyone can do that. But I think people think, oh, the more money I have, like cash in the bank, the richer I am.
Yeah.
But that's not it. Because it's just sitting there. It's not doing anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sitting there. What do you do? It's not doing it. It's just sitting.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I see a lot of, like, this goes back to what we've been learning with Sabri, right? I think the point was trying to make, if you can put, like on the advertising side, if you can put $1 and get back 10.
Yeah.
And if you could figure that out, now you're printing money.
Yes.
So why wouldn't you throw, when the average, like, this is what I'm trying to say. Because there's a lot of business owners that, you know, just working with Evan was telling us they only put $500 in ad spend or $200 in ad spend, right? You're not spending enough money. Like if the client that you bring on is going to bring you $15,000, but you're spending $200 on ad spend, why wouldn't you spend $6,000 to bring that $15,000 in? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, to match it.
To match it, because, and it's not, you're not thinking one-to-one because you're going to get a bunch of leads. So if you get 10 leads, it's $150,000.
I know the answer to why people are scared to do that.
Why?
Because they're not ready. They're not ready to put that type of money in because they can't handle the leads that come in. One, and they're scared. It's a mental block. If you're ready and you're prepared to put that type of money in, and you know that if those leads came in, that you were prepared and you would be able to jump on that thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? You would put the money in. People have the mental block and they haven't built the value yet to be able to handle that.
We can put a shit ton of money in right now.
Yeah.
But I think we also have a mental block of
capacity. Well, I think what's happening now, and this is a good segue into our next topic, which was what I had brought up before with the content automation. I think now that clicking for me this week with the money thing that I had just explained before this, that clicking for me is another reason why I really wanted to get into, and why X.com really caught my interest. I'll try to like simplify this as much as possible and not try to get super technical with it, right?
Okay.
So what really excited me about X.com, I'm trying to think why I started getting into, you showed me a video and it was like, oh, look what these people are doing. We made this account and it's auto posting for us. And I was like, whoa. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's the future of content.
I was like, whoa, that's fucking cool. Cause like in the last almost 3 years, I have been posting for multiple accounts. And like, this is probably like right now I post for 30 accounts daily by myself every day, Monday through Monday, every day for the past 2-3 years. I haven't missed. I post every day for multiple people. And I'm never going to miss. Like, we're never going to miss this podcast, right?
Oh, yeah.
So going back to that, that's what caught my interest, right? Because now I think the way it works is, I think consistency is, and this is going to get into like the automation of X.com and all that stuff, but it's the day in, day out of doing the thing that you know is going to lead your business towards the right direction and never missing a single day. Never missing a day, doing it every single day, right? And then what happens is it becomes a foundation of your business. It becomes a foundation. Like distribution is a foundation of our business, right? So I have to do it every single day.
Yeah.
So now it starts to snowball and it starts to snowball and it starts to snowball. 3 years later to 2.5 years later, whatever it is. Now what piques my interest is, whoa, I could like mass automate this process. Like, this is sick. I just put 3 years into doing this myself. Yeah. I see the value in this. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, and this will drive my business forward. Yeah. And especially if a platform like X.com allows for this and they want this and they incorporate this into their app, then this is something that is allowed. I don't know about Instagram yet. I don't think they allow for like API automations and stuff like that. I don't think TikTok doesn't really, like, it's very, very minimal. It's not like open source yet. And I don't think maybe it'll never be. But I know that Elon, he really obviously preaches and stands for the freedom of speech, you know? And he think that's, a lot of people think that's dying in the country, and he's really fighting for that. And I think it shows on X because he has made it so accessible. Like, you can do it. The X.com is essentially a packaged internet. It's like, think about the internet as a whole. It's that in an app. It's its own internet source. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's its own web. It's its own web.
It's like Web 4.
No, is it?
No.
I don't know.
Web 3 is decentralized.
Right.
Like ownership of the internet, how we were talking last time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, Web 4.
It's
its own thing.
Yeah, but like, it's like,
it's the black market.
no, it's like, yeah, it's he has made, like, he has made that platform super
Versatile.
like a versatile. Yeah. You could do anything in there. If you know how to code and you have the resources and you have an idea, you can implement it. You know what I mean? And it's very like creative, distribution, content friendly. Like, if you want to get into AI, obviously he's pro robots and pro, AI and pro, obviously that's what he's built this, right?
So should we buy like 5 robots to edit for us?
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is, literally. So think about it. What X.com allows you to do is, if you sign up to X.com, create an account, there's the X developer, like the X developer sign in, right? What is it? Like the application. If you sign into that, it's essentially like, you could pay for certain memberships within it, subscriptions, within it. There's the free one, there's the personal, so it's the pro, and then there's the business one, or the pro is the business one, which is more like for startups and businesses, and then there's the enterprise one. I think the pro one's like $5,000 a month. And I'm like, why is this thing $5,000 a month? Why? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the
enterprises call for information.
Yeah, and it's like, but like, I'm like, why would someone pay for like $5,000 a month and like do this? And then I started looking into it, and it's like, oh, that's why, because it allows me to post 300,000 posts a month. So what does that mean? That means you have your own digital robot, your digital personal robot that's distributing your content and your message. It's your pocket robot. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me for the past 2.5 years posting, right, fucking clipping up, writing the caption, I have my personal robot doing it for me within my phone.
There's 30,000 of you.
Yeah. Exactly. Where there's one of me or 3 of me that can do it. That could do it 300,000 times faster than I can.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So the way that works is...
Wait, do the math. How many posts can you post a day?
On what?
30 days.
What was it?
300,000 posts.
Yeah.
So just divided by 30.
Yeah, 10,000 posts.
So you can post 10,000 times in a day.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to beat that.
How long would it take you to post 10,000?
I don't think I've posted 10,000 posts yet. Maybe I have. No, I definitely haven't. No, there's no way.
It took us two and a half years, and we still haven't even come close to 10,000.
That's what I'm saying. So AI,
it could do that in a day.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But like, and I don't think that's gonna really, like, the more I thought about it, I don't think it's scary because it's this new thing. But it's still the best content will always come up on top. Will always be what's on top.
Okay. So here's where I'll counter that.
Okay.
Say we have this podcast.
Yeah.
And we're like, cut this up. And it says, okay, no problem. And then it posts it back out to X. And then we say, okay, also now look for the best performing content for that week. And it goes, okay, posts 113, 100, and 150 did the best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now try to make it better and repost it. It posts those same things over.
Right.
Now those go up in views.
Okay.
Now we say, okay, post the next one. And then post the next one. Then post the next one. Then post the next one. And then a year down the line, it has created, like it has found all your best performing content. And we say, now make it even better and look for these type of situations in the future ones. So it'll just compound on the best performing content.
Right. So, but still, the best performing content wins at the end.
I know, but I'm saying it's like real time
Analyzing
and making you make better content faster.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
and still the best content will be on top.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that's a factor of it now. That's not just another fact. That's another game. That's another like section of it. You know what I mean?
Analyze this, bitch.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
So I think it's so interesting. And like,
that was the first 100% of the podcast?
no, it definitely wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, I definitely said it.
Oh.
But
I need water, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, it's crazy. So our world is changing by the second, and a lot of people are scared from AI taking jobs and just, taking jobs in general.
yeah.
So I think it's now is the time to start learning it and using it to help you get to where you need to get faster. And I think a lot of people are scared about it, but I saw even Jeremy Miner talk about this. He's a sales guy on Instagram and all the social media platforms, master salesman. And he said, just think about it in a way where if an AI calls a grandmother, for example, and sells her $15,000 worth of product, and then she calls back and says, "Oh, I got scammed for $15,000," the FTC is going to step in and start to regulate it, and maybe have the phone calls be like, "Hi, this is AI. Before I proceed, would you like to proceed?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to stop that process.
That's actually a great point.
Yeah.
But the only thing I think with that is, so I see your point. I could see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it gets so good that you can't distinguish?
But it's not even distinguishing. What if she says, I got scammed," or like, not even I got scammed. I want a refund. I got pressured, sold into this, or they have a lawsuit, and they look into it of like who actually sold, what was the process of selling?
Gotcha.
And then they look at it and they go,
So it can
it's
AI. It can still happen. People
Yeah.
will still go, like, I'm sure if that is the outcome, that's a great point. But if that is the outcome and people start, and AI really gets into like, the way we sell and the way we, network and all that, which it already is, obviously. I think people will still kind of backdoor it a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
They'll definitely backdoor it and like say it's not AI.
Yeah.
And then like
it is AI.
But it is AI. And then
when
they get caught, they're fucked.
Yeah. But I think it's a good point to make too, is if the FTC steps in, right, and they regulate the AI sales tactics, for example, and that's just one industry. But I mean, it's the biggest industry, right? Another, and I have a point to this. I'm not just going all over the place. Another coach online, sales coach, is Myron Golden. And he says the best, or sorry, hold on. It's the difference between poor people and rich people is rich people pay for things with offers that they created, So they're creators. They're creative. And poor people pay for things with the money that they made with their time. So just think about this now. So I want to lay that foundation down, right? If AI steps in and takes your labor job or coding job, and you have a couple options. I think I believe this. For right now, we'll see what happens in a year or 2 years from now. But if you turn into somebody that's programming AI and you're a technician and you make sure your maintenance and you're making sure the robots and the programs are just maintained and they can keep going, XYZ. You have that route because pretty much manual labor will be gone, right? Because they want to use robots to be able to pick the produce on farms, do the manual labors with big cranes and all that stuff.
Self-driving Ubers.
Self-driving Ubers. Eventually, that's going to come here, and there's not going to be like manual labor, right? So now take that back to the sales thing or the sales advice that Myron Golden said. If rich people create offers to buy what they want, and I believe Mark Cuban said that if there is enough wealth for everyone to be rich on Earth. It's just some people put in the fucking work and some people don't. So and we're gonna be on the online age, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen with VR, right? Yeah. When we start getting into that dimension. I saw a fucking reel the other day. Teleportation?
Yeah.
Scientists figured out how to teleport scent.
What do you mean scent?
Like
smell?
Smelling coffee.
What the fuck?
So we have transfer of images, he was talking, right? So we can transfer digital.
How the fuck do you transfer scent?
I have no fucking idea, but they figured it out.
That's crazy.
So all these different things are coming. So what should you be doing right now? You should be learning how to get online. You should be learning how to sell products. You should be learning how to create products. And most importantly, you should be figuring out how to create an offer.
Yeah.
Because eventually, if you want to make money on Earth, you have to just have a fucking offer.
Yeah. But the thing is, so now the only thing that worries me is, I would say,
what happens when robots start making offers?
No. No. I think it might get to a point, and this is fucking scary to say, that
Terminator?
No. That this is scary to say. That there won't be a purpose for working. Because if everyone could be rich and all these AI and all these robots and whatever, and all these automations and these AIs and all that stuff can do the work for everybody, then there's no point of working, and now life has no purpose.
And then we become a utopia, and then we die.
But actually, then there'd be no purpose, and the only purpose would be get to Mars.
That's fucking scary.
That is so scary.
So make money now, or else you're fucked.
Well, but you know what I mean? Like that goes even deeper, because like that's a reality. It gets to a point where it just, all right, now everybody has their groceries delivered to them. They have food ready. They have homes built. They have cars that drive. They have everything they possibly need, and they don't have to work for it. So now
it could go both ways, though.
Okay, go.
I think
now there's no purpose, is my point.
Yeah, no, but you know how you're saying 30 people working on one thing to go forward?
Yeah.
Now you have 7 billion people trying to figure out how the fuck do we get to Mars?
Yeah, that's probably honestly that's probably why Elon's so pro AI and shit.
Yeah, and the guy lives in a fucking tiny home.
Yeah.
Like he's super efficient with everything that he does.
He probably has no more purpose. Well, he probably does. Obviously, he has so much purpose.
To get humanity forward.
That's crazy, dude. There's someone out there right now. We're in a time living at the same time as somebody who's trying to get us to fucking Mars. Like that is insane to me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's history shit. Like that's gonna live on.
He's gonna be in the history books.
He's going to be a history book.
It's not gonna be in history class. George Washington was the first president.
Yeah.
Elon Musk was the man that got us to Mars.
Yeah, it's gonna be like all over Mars and Earth and shit.
He'll be the reason.
Your next ticket to Mars. You know, just driving down billboards and shit. Your next ticket to Mars here. Like you're just fucking. Oh my god.
Paid for by the Musk Foundation.
No, not even paid for, because that's not even gonna mean anything anymore.
Thank you for traveling with X.
Yeah, literally.
X Transits.
Here for more entertainment. Like it's like fucking. It's all it is just getting entertainment hits. Like it's fucking like, yeah.
Now here's the other question. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, you're right. We're going off.
I was gonna say the other question is there going to be a purpose of going to Mars if we're going to be in these VR simulations? Like what the fuck would be the point?
See, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think. I think we're far away from the VR thing.
I don't think so, man.
No,
I think I feel like people are already starting to get bored.
Okay, but I was talking this with my barber actually, and he was saying, or I was saying, I just can't see unless they get it to a point where it's like contact lenses, or like, obviously the chip thing is weird, whatever. But like, I think it would be just, I don't think people are going to want to put something on their face all the time.
They transferred fucking smell, motherfucker.
Yeah, but still.
Motherfucker.
I still don't think.
Bro, did you see what Mark Zuckerberg came out with?
Yeah, like glasses or something.
The AR glasses.
That's fucking stupid.
Okay. They're how big?
Oh, they're small as hell?
They're like a little bit bulky than Ray-Bans. But where were we a couple of years ago?
Yeah, you're right.
We had fucking Oculus.
Yeah, it's just
and Quest that was on your head like this.
Well, it's just gonna be like this. Like,
and it's not.
It's just gonna be like this thin.
Yeah, it's not VR. It's AR, but that's one step closer.
That's one step closer to.
Yeah, like I think you're right. We're not VR is not like a year or two away, but eventually those glasses are gonna become contacts.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I guess the future.
If we all use Neuralink, then
yeah, I don't know.
We'll just step into the internet.
Yeah, I guess so. Then maybe we're already in it. We just don't know.
and they're like, this program, Onur and Okan, will not ever be successful. Stop them from being successful.
There's someone in the back like coding, fucking like making sure that we fail.
Just fucking.
All right. So
you got to beat the Matrix, man.
All right. So
we got content and automation. The next thing is
well, actually,
consistency.
Consistency is key.
Pays off. You want to know why? Because today marks 1 month of doing the podcast.
But that's only 4 days.
It's only 4 days, and it felt like we just started last week.
True. Come here.
You know?
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's crazy. 1 month. 1 month is down. And it's starting to make sense why people can't get past the 10th episode.
Why?
Because 4 episodes was 1 month, dude. You know what I mean? And then the last 2 weeks, we were starting later and later.
Yeah.
And shit was becoming harder to put together. Our work was getting in the way a little bit, but we just said, fuck it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And we had, I think the last 2 podcasts were
No, they were terrible. They were terrible.
I think tonight's podcast, we're on fire.
We're on fire.
Yeah, be careful because we might get copyright struck.
She's on fire. What a great song. When's that fucking game coming out?
It'd be funny if we got glasses in that clip, like just glasses of people.
Yeah.
She's on fire.
and then just fire, just burning.
All right, anyway.
So what are some reflections and lessons learned? What are some reflections and lessons learned, my friend,
I think one
from doing this?
lesson that I've learned is, as much as I hate you, I fucking love you. Or as much as and you could go the other way around. As much as I love you, I fucking hate you.
I fucking hate you.
Dude,
I hate you, but I fucking love you. Bro, I'm fucking stuck with this guy.
oh God.
We can't get away from each other. It sucks.
It's all right, but I think that, and then setting up, taking it all down, uploading it,
Working, incorporating it into your business, uploading it,
like you
editing
said,
it,
you said, like
fucking yada yada yada. Like
fucking
there's
automating
it, fucking
spending money
color
on it.
grading it, spending money on it, fucking putting all your time into it, being tired doing it, getting better at it, taking notes, preparing for it. Like
But it goes back to the snowball effect, because 2.5 years ago when we started this content game with Kyle, aka Panda Man, my brother looked at me and said, if I'm posting this right now, we're never missing a day. And I was just like, bro, like, you know, what, like,
he didn't say, you were like, yeah. But
was like,
you fucking missed, and it got me so fucking
hold on,
mad.
hold
All
on.
right, but go.
You're like, yeah. And then we never missed.
You missed a couple on Instagram when we first started, and it pissed me the fuck off.
What do you mean?
You missed a couple when we first started.
On Instagram?
Yes, because I was posting on TikTok, and you're not
sorry.
Hey, we're not perfect.
Sorry, I was doing the videography.
Yeah, so was I. But we're not perfect. It's fine. You know, whatever.
Shots fired.
Okay. But like,
Asshole. See, this is what I mean about the love-hate thing.
yeah, but like, bro.
It's a love-hate relationship.
All right, but bro, listen to me.
All right, I missed a couple times, but then I fucking
But do you know,
was like,
it
you know
irked.
what?
It irked me.
Okay, but I was like, you know what? Can I get through the fucking
Yeah,
point?
get to the
You're such a
point.
dick.
All right, get to the point.
I'm trying to get through a point, and then you're like, let me just fucking jab him and tell the entire audience that he sucks.
Oh, you're a fucking hard ass worker, dude.
All right. Anyway, when we first started with Kyle, Okan looked at me and said, if I post this on TikTok, we're not missing a day. And I said, okay. And he's like, no, I don't think you understand what I mean. If I post this, we're not fucking missing a day. He's like, because if we miss a day, then everything is going to go to shit and we're just not going to do it. And I said, all right, I'm in. So now take that to the podcast. And I don't give a fuck if people that are watching this, that are my friends or family or anybody that's watching it.
Don't say it. I don't know what you're going to say. Go.
I'm not going to say anything bad. Like if you're judging me or judging us doing this, this is only the beginning. And I know the vision that we have with this.
True.
In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later, I can't wait till, because we're so consistent with what we do now, I can't wait till that 10-year mark.
This shit is easy, baby. This shit is
so
easy.
It's so fucking easy, but you guys want to complicate it.
Yeah, just fucking put in the reps. Just
Put
go.
in the reps. That's it.
Just do it over and over and over. Don't miss a day. Go.
But it's not even that. Even if you miss a day,
I hate that word.
No, hold on.
Okay, go.
Like I'm not saying like posting.
Okay.
Like
Obviously,
if you
anything.
wake up late one day, if you're in a bad mood one day,
Shots fired at me.
Shit, no, not that.
Okay.
Shit doesn't go your way one day, right? Just let that day be over with. But the next day, pick yourself up, get out of it, and fucking go for it again.
Yeah.
And don't let the momentum die. Because one day the momentum will die. I mean, for one day, the momentum won't die. It'll come down a little bit. But then if it turns into 1 week, maybe it'll come down a lot a bit, right? And then if it turns into 1 month, now you're... And honestly, this goes fucking... Shots fired to me. I'll stop fucking working out. And it's been the hardest thing ever to get back into. But I'm trying. And I'm going... You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. You know what?
Do it! Before you say it.
Here we go.
You have to. I don't want you to say something if you're not going to fucking do it.
All right.
So really think about that for a second.
Okay.
Okay? You're very easy to say the thing sometimes.
All right, here we go.
But I believe that you can do it. But I just want you, because this is the same thinking process that I have.
All right. Fuck your shit. Fuck your saying.
Okay.
No, fuck your saying.
Yeah.
Because here, now that it's going out to an audience,
Okay, go.
I have no fucking
I'm clipping this fuck up.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Go say it.
I'm fucking working out starting tomorrow. and I'm not missing. So there we go.
Let's go.
That marks the day. That marks the day.
Okay.
Today marks the day. What's today? November 1st, 2020 motherfucking 4.
Yeah. And you know what? I started realizing with, because I've always been into like fitness and just keeping myself healthy and, you know, running and working out and stuff like that. There's a lot of times where I don't prioritize it. And weeks later, when I start slacking, my energy levels and my mindset, like just what's going on in my brain.
You get into a depressed state.
I go into a depressed state, literally. And like, I can't, and it's really weird. It's kind of like smoking weed. You know, when you smoke weed and you're like, oh my God, I'm so high. And
What's that?
yeah, I don't know, like what people say. You're like, oh my God, I'm so high, right? Like, and then you're in it. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, well, just for the record, we don't smoke, but you're in it.
Yeah, if I smoke, I'll go to the fucking hospital.
You're in it and you're like thinking all these thoughts, but you can't get out of it. You can't snap out of it and you don't know why it's happening. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it's like for me when I'm not working out consistently in like that really sad state, like that really low state. Yeah. Like I can't break out of it. I don't know why, but then once I'm like, all right, dude, I got to fucking work out. Like I have to, because I need to get out of this. And like the next day I don't care if I wake up late. I don't care if I have this or that. I'm working out tomorrow. And that's what I need to get done. Yeah. I don't care what time it is. Tomorrow I'm working out. Like,
well, I think,
and then it's like, and then it works. And then I feel better.
I think the difference is like, I signed my contract today with fucking my audience, my life, and my brother right here.
All three guys, or all three people.
But I still hit the workouts with.
No, you're right.
Kyle,
I thought about that actually. Yeah, you're right.
But I just think right now I've been prioritizing the business so much more that I think that every waking second, if I miss any type of hour or any type of minute,
sure, me too.
Which I 100% could wake up way earlier, right? But I prioritize the business because we have clarity now. But I will force myself to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And if I miss, even if I miss, I'll promise myself I'm not going to let myself drag on for a month or 2 months or 3 months like I did now.
Yeah.
I'm going to get right back up and go through with it.
Real quick, just one quick hack for that. Here's one quick hack to always work out.
If you want to get dominant quad legs.
If you want to lose, okay, whatever. Actually, but if a real quick way is, because there's no hacks to working out, by the way, and we know that, but one quick way to just do it is, you know, if you know the gym that's obviously at the clubhouse. Yeah. What I've been doing the past couple of days, because I just really want to work on the business, is when I drive past it, I'll park real quick and I'll already be in kind of like, you know, like Lululemon or like whatever clothes comes in. What I do is I just run in, do a couple reps.
That's such a good idea.
Do a couple pull-ups, run a little bit. Literally, the other day it was like 5 minutes, and then I just got it out, and then I came straight to the office.
It's the circuit of 5.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Stream.
We gotta hit him up.
Yeah, we do. We've been so busy, but we have to hit him up. Yeah, we have to.
And then I think just focusing on the mental state and the physical health for entrepreneurship, because you have to be sharp in everything that you do, and you can't get into this depressed state. Like, you know, last week I think we had a low week, but if we were working out every day, if we were hitting it every day, we wouldn't have felt that.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much momentum now.
But and then also,
I just don't want to lose that.
No, I know. And I think another thing too is, you know, I'm not saying I'm not sober, right? But like, for example, we went to Stacy's sister's Halloween party. I had one drink just to like chill and talk or whatever. No, I'm not saying like.
Okay, you're not trying to be that guy.
No, I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just stating that because
that's what
I want to say something. Okay. Because one thing also to kind of, because I look up to a couple people, or shout out, right? And that I'm happy that we were a part of that network for a little bit. It was the clients that we had that were in a mastermind. So shout out Frank Romano, Uncle Clinton.
Oh yeah, he hit me up today actually.
Yeah, and
Clinton Crispy Clint.
When we were in Miami with them, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, to be able to hang out with people that are in this high level status of we could go out to dinner, and have business conversations or creative conversations and not think about having to have a drink to like break the ice or anything. It makes you get out of your comfort zone. 1, 2, you don't have a hangover, so you don't wake up the next day thinking, "Fuck, how am I gonna do this?"
Yeah, you don't overpromise.
Yeah, and then 3, you're keeping your mind in a great mental state, right?
Yeah.
You're not saying, "Let me go to the bar to get fucked up," and
because I'm nervous.
or let it turn into that. So I think just shout out to
all you guys. You guys know who you are.
Yeah. So I think that's a cool thing, and also going back to Josh York, that he's a fucking beast.
I know, man. Sometimes I'm up real late.
Like
on the weekend or something, because I just can't fall asleep, or because a lot of my creative thinking it happens at night. Like all these ideas will just like flood into my head. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta fucking write this down.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm up until like 3:30 a.m., which is a bad habit. I don't do this often, but when it does happen, I'll look on my phone and it's like a story of Josh York, and it's his alarm. It's 3:30. His alarm clock. I'm like, this motherfucker's starting his day. Which is fucking sick.
Yeah, it's just shout out to him. And he's never drank or never smoked.
Yeah, same with Donald Trump, actually.
Really?
You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. Shout out Donald Trump. We are conservative leaning because of Donald Trump. We're gonna have to cut that out of the podcast. Is everybody gonna be like, no?
How could they? No,
Right,
I mean, where people are over it. Yeah.
We're not gonna touch too much on that subject because we don't want to get flagged on YouTube.
Also, we just don't really
care about politics.
We do care about politics. I don't think we'll ever really get into politics on this podcast unless we really feel like we should.
I think also, just to make a side note, and we'll never mention it again, really study who you're voting for if you have a business. Because their financial like structures of what they want to implement into this country make a huge change for you as a business owner.
Absolutely.
So that's just something to think about. Okay. So that marks the milestones of our podcast. Projects and collaboration. So a couple things that we did this week is let's just touch up on the first thing because this is really easy. But we did shot a podcast with Kyle and another business owner, Carl Sanfilippo. Great first podcast. And it was just kind of cool to, see the business side of Kyle and the people that he surrounds himself around. So, and I think that's going to be a huge network for us to tap into as well. And I think it's important, to, I want to touch up on this too. I don't think, I think Zoom podcasts and like those Riverside podcasts were great back in the day with COVID when you couldn't meet with anybody. But there's a different like connection
in person.
In person. And there's like a different like
aura
and an emotion that you give off to the camera in person, right? And because you get to have that chit chat before, you're in the flow of things.
It's reality,
right? And I think there's a lot of cool things that you can pull from that. I was telling Vince, one of our clients, I was like, when we're in San Antonio, we're going to San Antonio
next
week with Vince. If you're a gym owner, definitely urge you to reach out to the SPF Mastermind and what Vince has done. He also has a podcast, Ask Vince podcast, if you guys are looking for that. But I'll just let him know, I was like, you should definitely have some type of podcast out there, with some business owner or another gym owner or whoever you're bringing on there, because we're going to have everything set up anyway. I was like, we can make a dope ass shot and, just have a podcast. It'd be sick, and have the Ask Vince podcast out there. Show that you're traveling, show that you're in a different spot.
So where would he have the podcast?
Just we have the ballroom starting at 5 o'clock.
So then what would happen? What was you envisioning? It would be a certain room, or what someone would come on and he would just have the podcast in person?
Yeah.
And he'd have an audience?
No.
Oh, I was about to say that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
And if we live stream that,
Yeah.
that'd be sick. Yeah. But I was just saying, like, maybe the night before when we get the room at 5 and we set up all the audio and the video and everything, like for them just to like sit down right in the center of everything, like, hey, we're at, the SPF Mastermind San Antonio, and it's like showing his journey and what he's building and the people that he's bringing together.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 100 people there, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? So
that's sick.
I think that's just, it's cool, dude. When you love what you do, it is awesome because it goes back to the law of attraction. You really get to, you attract the right people into your ecosystem, and you get the right clients because, have we been through some terrible clients? But
don't even get me started.
Like, Vince was telling me the other day, he's like, dude, it's just awesome, to be able to love what you do and get paid for it, right? And it's like, we love what we do, and it's awesome to have clients like Vince, awesome to have clients like Kyle, like Josh, like Nicole, and you love working with those people because everybody's on the same mission. They're building their brands. We're just another piece to amplify that.
Like we're all working together.
Yeah, we're all working together, and like
to build what we want to build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just when you have fun with what you do,
and that's where value comes in, by the way. But yes,
100%. When you love what you do, when you love what you do is everything around it. You also love that as well, right? And it's like going down to the people that work for you, the people that you collaborate with. You feel like, we covered this in the first one, but it's like this, because business is always friction, but it feels frictionless going through that friction. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, well, coming back to, I feel like we keep going off track, but this is good. We're just, getting our ideas out and our thoughts out. So, yeah, I mean, with what we're building now is, hold on, what are you doing? You're just distracting me. But all right.
I'm just taking a picture.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. We might have to cut this part out a little bit.
No.
Oh, because I don't know, because I feel like it gets silent.
Who cares?
Oh, whatever. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Is it
just keep talking? I was taking a picture.
I don't even know. I don't know. Because so let's get back to touching up on so what we're creating for Kyle.
Well, yeah. So we have Carl and Kyle started a podcast. They want to get a bunch of different business owners on it and just show the business side of, it benefits Carl for him to get out like media as well. But also, many people don't know the business side of Kyle. They just know him for fasting. So it's just a different avenue that opens up for him.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
Yeah. So it's a cool thing to do. And then, that's awesome. So that's another thing that we worked on this week. Okan, if you want to talk about the Panda webinar sales page.
Yeah, well, not the sales page, just the Panda webinar in general.
The webinar in general. So
we're creating right now for Kyle. He's doing a month, or the Panda Man. It's going to be every month. He's going to have a webinar where he dives deep into what his expertise is. And we're going to kind of brand the whole thing. He's going to be providing like an insane amount of information, actually like help people, learn what he's learned in the past 27 years, or teach what he learned. Wait, what? Yeah, teach what he learned in the past 27 years.
Yeah. Can I cut in real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Like, this is another thing. You're doing what you love to do, and you're making an impact on the world. Like when you open Kyle's inboxes on his Instagram, TikTok, there have been countless people, thousands that have been, thank you so much. Thank you for saving my life. I've literally read comments like, I was thinking about killing myself.
You read something like that?
Yes. it's crazy the amount of impact because people struggle with weight, man.
Yeah, it's true.
And they feel like they have no other way out. But just to
they just don't know how to transform the body.
What do you mean?
Like I think that's what it is. A lot of people are there's so much out there.
Yeah.
That's like there's so much noise. You got to do it this way. You got to do that way. You got to do this way. You have to eat like this. You got to, you can't. You got to piecemeal eat your food in little tubs. You can't. You got to exclude this, exclude that. But what the Panda Man Kyle does is he simplifies the whole thing. It's just eat once a day.
Tell them what it is, Okan.
Eat once a day. Eat clean. Long form fasting. Work out hard. And he obviously he can guide people on how to do it, right? Because a lot of people, when they try to do something like that, it's very hard for them because they're not experienced with it. But he can guide you through that process and turn you into the person that you want to become. And honestly, if it wasn't for Kyle, I don't think we would be this sharp.
Yeah, no shot.
He's provided us so much value over the years.
Yeah.
Like so much knowledge. That guy is like a walking textbook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, and like he just what he knows, dude. He could help you.
Yeah.
So this is his book right here, right there, right behind us. So definitely get that on his website, www.pandamanofficial.com. You can get it there, and he's got a bunch of other stuff in there. You could sign up for his newsletter. He personally writes emails 5 times a week. He does coaching. He does coaching calls every week, and he's going to be producing a bunch more. There's a lot more to come soon. In the work,
creating together, man.
Yeah, we're all creating together. So I really encourage you guys, if you're having trouble with mental, if you're having trouble with weight loss, if you're having trouble financially, if you're having just trouble in life and you just can't see, you can't see what's over that wall. You know what I mean? Like he will help you get over that.
Yeah.
He will get you to the other side.
100%.
So
I think just with fasting, like fasting should be a key component to anybody that is starting a business because it cuts out all the bullshit during the middle of the day. And this goes to not like Kyle says this too, but also like I've heard it from Vince, like they skip lunch. You know what I mean? Like Vince skips lunch because it's like you got to scroll through your phone, look at what you want to pick out. Okay, I think I want to eat this. Now an hour's passed by. Now you order it. Then you get your food. Then you fucking eat for an hour. And then you're like slumped after you eat for an hour and you're like, okay, maybe I got to get back into it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So fasting should be essential as a business owner. 1, it'll save you money. But 2, you're not stopping your day to move forward because it's all about momentum at the end of the day. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff coming. We'll keep you guys updated with how the projects with the Panda Man is going.
Yeah, and that live webinar will be live starting December 3rd. It goes live. So we will be also showing people, where they can find that. And Kyle will be promoting that as well. So
and we'll be promoting a lot. This is another thing too, is a lot of our clients, like we'll be promoting them on the podcast. We're trying to use this as another outlet for them as well, because these guys are all experts. So anybody that we mention on these podcasts, they're definitely people to look into.
Yeah. We trust them.
Yeah, we trust them. And that's what we want Haas Media to be, is a verified source of entrepreneurs that actually help and like give you the things that you need to be successful, right? And we don't want to work with any gurus that are trying to scam people. We don't want to work with people that are just like bullshitting that they have money, and it's not even about the money, but just like trying to trick people into buying something or selling something. Like we want to work with people that are trying to change the world. Kyle, trying to change the world through fasting, right? With Vince, trying to change the world with gym owners and helping them become successful.
Because he's doing it at the same time.
And he's doing it at the same time. Like Nicole, she practices what she preaches. like the way that she does sales is like there's a lot of sleazy salesmen out there. She does everything to the book, and she informs by the book, and she informs her customers of what she's doing. And like I've never seen sales done in that aspect. Like, it's just so many of these clients that we have are worth looking into. So as we build our clientele, definitely going to showcase them. We've been already showcasing them on the Haas Media IG. So you guys should definitely take a look at that at Haas Media _. Anyway, let's get back into what we had planned out. So we thought we would talk a little bit about the business insights that we had for this week as well. So not just the wins, but like things that we went through and things that we kind of found. And, you know, we stumbled across a couple of these this week, on the broken record syndrome.
Wait, what is it?
On the introduction. On our wins
we touched upon this
on
a
our
little
wins of the
bit.
week. But one thing that I will say is last week we had an okay week because we had the shoot going. The shoot was last week, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's crazy.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. We had the Panda shoot. We had all these things happening. And it was just like kind of disrupted our schedule. Not the shoot itself, but just like everything piled on top of each other. It felt like we just couldn't like catch up to the day. And
gets overwhelming.
This week, we woke up, we fucking worked till 1 o'clock in the morning almost every single day. And it was just like, we put in so many hours this week. We got clarity this week. We got a sense of vision of the direction of what we want to take our company. I know I feel like a broken record. Our logo coming in, feeling like it's aligned for the first round. It's just like when you put in the work, again, it's a snowball effect. So just keep doing it, keep doing it.
It's a skill that you got to learn.
It's a skill. You acquire a skill. And it takes a lot of dedication because, bro, I'm fucking exhausted.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Right now I'm not, but this week I was fucking exhausted.
Yeah, this morning.
I was like last night when I finally laid down in bed at 1:30 in the morning, I was like, my eyes were like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, going to that too, I mean, you're more client facing.
Yeah.
So that's tiring. You know what I mean, you're fucking running around like crazy.
But I think
filming.
You have, I'm okay with it. It's just, I have a lot more driving and running around. I hate the driving part because I hate being
that's so exhausting, bro.
And like having to look at the road and all that shit all the time.
But at least you get to see life. I get to see you monitor.
But dude, the driving is the worst part.
With clients, no, man. I'm sorry.
With clients, I don't care. I don't have like a social battery that runs out. I love being with clients. I love being with people, but it's the driving that's just like there's nothing I can do in this moment to make myself better except for like listen to a podcast or something. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get work done. I mean,
that's why with self-driving cars.
Yeah, the Robovin.
The Robovin.
With the robo-taxi, maybe we'll buy a robo-taxi so I can fucking edit in the car.
Well, yeah, 100%. I think I will.
It's only $30K.
Really?
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Yeah, I think so too.
But, for sure, dude. Because then I could just come with you to places and I could just edit.
Yeah.
I mean, we could both edit.
And then we can hook up the Starlink.
And then we could just have our podcast in the car.
We can hook up the Starlink for Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick.
But yeah, that's just put in a lot of hours this week, and that's something that you should be striving for every week. I know, just clipping up a lot of the entrepreneurs that we clip up on Haas Media, IG, and TikTok. I feel like there's a lot of insights that we see that are very repetitive, and a lot of them say the same thing.
Dude, they all say this. They all say the same thing.
And it's like millionaires. They're statistically, millionaires work 6 or 7 days a week. There has they're not like, I think it's like, there's almost never. It's like practically zero. Every successful millionaire has put in, like, they work at the minimum 6 days a week. Yeah, that's the minimum. And if you do 5 days a week, you're just lessening that chance. Yeah, by drastically. Yeah, and so it's what is it? It's 14-hour days for 6 days and 12-hour days for 7 days.
Yeah.
Right? So that should just tell you right there how much it actually takes to become successful.
So if you don't love what you do, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Also, it's like choose the thing that you love to do because you're not going to always love what you do. There's times where I'm like,
True.
fuck.
No, but that's what's his name said. NVIDIA creator or founder, the Asian guy.
I forgot.
What's his name? I forget.
That's bad.
It's that's not bad. It's bear with me here. It is Jensen Hung.
Jensen Hung.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. I just didn't recognize his face.
Jensen Hung.
He said, I hate. Okay, I'll just play it.
No, don't play it. Copyright strike.
Is it?
Yeah, on.
But it's not. There's no music, even if it's him.
Yeah, but
You don't want to just risk it.
I don't want to risk it for a long YouTube.
But he says, well, I could play it in the background.
No, it's all right.
Okay. He says, I hate a lot of times. He's like, this is kind of the frame. He's like, I hate every year, I hate every month of running a business, I hate every week, but I love every second. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's struggle in building something that you want, that you have so much passion for. There's struggle in it, right? And that's the hate. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, this sucks. For the next year, we have to, whatever, we have to do all these sacrifices. For the next month, I got to sacrifice this, that, and this. For the next week, I got to sacrifice this, that, and the other thing to build what I want to build. But every second, I love what I do, so I'll continue to do what I do. And that's like coming to that moment. Like, you come into the present, and you're like, whoa.
Bro, you know what we're doing?
What?
You know what we're doing next week?
What are we doing?
We're hooking all this shit the fuck up with the monitors and everything, and we're going live on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, that's true. Why don't we do that this month?
Because
I keep forgetting.
we're at an hour and 30 now.
Yeah.
Because we were 8 minutes in before we started.
Yeah.
If we went for like 3 hours and just fucking just post on Twitch every week.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, maybe not Twitch. Maybe like Rumble or like X.
Can you go live on X?
Yeah.
But don't you need a certain amount of followers?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking take a live stream platform. I mean, Gary V's on Twitch or Kick or whatever.
No, let's do it.
Yeah,
well, do you want to be more family friendly, or do you want to be more? You could say what you want.
Say what you want.
Then probably on Kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do Twitch. Fuck it. Let's just do Twitch.
Yeah. Dude, we could use something like Restream to just be on all platforms at once.
Yeah, but doesn't that complicate everything?
No, because you can just route it from a software.
But
now our 3 hours just turned into fucking 15 in 3 hours.
All right, fine. We'll do it next week, guys.
Bro, let's just be omnipresent on everything.
All right.
Fuck it.
Yeah, you're right.
No one's doing that.
The people are doing it.
They're
But it's very small people.
But I'm saying they're streaming their podcast of the real shit that's going on with their life on every.
Bro, I've been thinking that too. I think it'd be cool, like even when we're working in the office, just setting up these mics, facing one camera to you, facing one camera to me, and going live.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
And just like, even if there's like one person watching or whatever,
Fuck it.
and then we just have like the chat. So if a question does come in and they're listening to just our conversations, or maybe we're not even speaking or whatever's going on. Oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, you want to know what I'm doing? This, blah, 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 whatever. But that could be kind of distracting too, I feel like.
I'm building a business.
But because would that be distracting?
Subscribe so I can make my dreams come true.
Maybe not. Actually, I feel like maybe that could be just distracting.
I wouldn't say during the day. I would just say, honestly, like a setup like this, and then we make sure that we go for like 3 hours.
All right.
And maybe when we get a following,
she's on fire.
we can do our hour and a half podcast and then switch it to Q&A with the chat. That'd be sick.
And be like, yeah, Onur, I'm just calling because I just started my business, and honestly, like
Oh,
no.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Why?
But anyway.
You have no sense of humor, buddy. You got no sense of humor.
What's the guy's name? The bald dude, old.
The bald dude, old.
He has like a financial podcast.
He has a financial
famous as fuck.
podcast. He's famous as fuck.
there's always people that call in. They're just like, I think the guy's name is Sam something. They're like, yeah, hey Sam, I inherited like $10 million from my family.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, you know that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you have investments? Let me ask you this, Kelly.
Oh shit!
Exactly.
You're making $100,000 a month and you're 21. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, first, before I get into it, I just got to give you a round of applause. Just please.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
So we talked about putting the hours. We already touched up on the mass distribution of content.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
We're good with that. Filming demands. We already
kind of touched up on that.
Touched up on that. All right. And now it's time for a segment I like to call "Why Should I Post on Social Media?"
You sound like the Joker there.
Why?
Now let me ask you this, Batman. Why should I post?
Why should I create content?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Why mass?
Why?
Mass distribution is so important because
Why is it important, Onur?
fuck off.
All right, I'm sorry.
Mass distribution is very important because I want you to picture.
Wait, why is it important? Really? Actually, why is it important? Is it important? Do you truly believe that?
Yeah, I truly believe it.
You believe that mass distribution is important?
100%.
Okay.
It's like being omnipresent.
You think you believe that with your soul?
Yes, I really truly believe that.
All right.
Because, when Josh tells the story when he first started, he would be outside with the signs and passing out flyers everywhere.
Because you know why we know what that question or what that thought kind of made me think of.
What?
Just like an idea that popped in my head. It's like you just said, this is why I think this is important. But then no one really reflects on that. Like, what is really important? Is it really important?
If you're in business.
No, not just that. Like, what is really important?
Your family's important. Your friends are important. Yourself is important.
No, but like running a business
is important.
What truly is important in that?
And if running a business isn't important for you, you should go get a job at fucking McDonald's because that's where you fucking belong.
Nah, dude, no.
Why?
Fine.
That was a joke. That was from Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I just didn't click.
When I said, and if you don't want to run a business,
right?
And if you don't have love for running a business, then go get a job at fucking McDonald's. That's what he says in Wolf of Wall Street.
Gotcha.
Anyway, no, I'm just.
So why do you have to restate your statement?
Because you just didn't get it. Because Okan's head works in this way of boop boop beep beep. I don't understand. Logically, that didn't make sense.
Wait, hold on. Carry the two.
Yo, he legit does this thing where if I say, "Yo, can you pass the water?" and he's just like, "The water, which one?"
Wait. No, like, actually,
if I'm
I'll be like, can you pass the water? It's like I'm like,
carry the two. It's 3 decimal places.
Yeah. You're like, yo, we have to wake up really early tomorrow and get to the event. I'm like, we gotta wake up early in the morning.
The event.
To the event.
I don't know, moron. The fucking event that we just bought last night. But anyway.
But you do the same thing. And anyway. But yeah, go.
And anyway. Okay, anyway. If you're on here and you're just,
I feel like we're getting better at this.
Yeah, if you're on here and you're just supporting us, if you don't want to have a business and you don't want to post on social and you're just here to support us, we thank and appreciate you.
Thank you, really.
But and if you want to be happy working at a job, then go work at a job.
Yeah, seriously.
One of our first partners that we started with left
earlier on.
And we still have love for him. I mean, he's doing. I actually talked to him the other day.
It's just different worlds.
And he actually loves the job that he's doing, and
Yeah, hell yeah. And you know what? Kevin O'Leary actually made me realize too. It's like those people that like run, like they have their own business or whatever, and like, or the people on social media. Because I think most business owners don't think this way. I think it's like people on social media is like, yeah, like, you know, you got to work for yourself. Like, fuck the 9 to 5, like employee mindset. Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so cool because I look down on these people. Like, dude, shut up, because you need those people
Yeah, 1,000%.
to grow your business.
100%.
It's like, you know, it's two type of people coming together and building something. You need the employee mindset and you need the entrepreneurial mindset. That's
until you have the robot mindset.
and until you have,
And then you can say, no, I'm just kidding.
but yeah, you know what I mean?
But again, you know, what I was trying to say, I forgot where the fuck I was going with any of that.
It's fine.
But we have love for you, and you know, there's no pressure. And if you're here for just the support, then that's awesome too.
Maybe you could just, you know, learn from us and we learn from you with your questions back and
But
forth.
if you're a business owner, here's why. A segment I like to call, here's why content's fucking important. And it's because, think about content like a billboard, all right? You're driving down the highway. I have a great example of this, actually. When we were coming back from Philly, when we went to the Fusion Gym, there was billboards coming back from Philly to New Jersey, right? And it was a lawyer ad on the billboard. And I forgot the exact layout, but it was just, the first billboard was just something like fucking weird that had nothing to do with law, like a lawsuit or anything.
Okay.
And it just kept going and it just kept going. And then the second to last billboard was like, and you know why this matters? Like, and then the last one was like, call JD Lawyers because we can help you. But they had 10 billboards going for like, stretching for like 6 miles.
Damn.
Right? And then you have other billboards in the game that maybe they have one and it's just like Johnson & Johnson, a family company.
1-800 this. Yeah.
But these guys had 10 and you're driving down the whole road and who are you going to remember? The one-offs or the guy that put up 10 billboards that stretched out for like 10 miles and they made a joke out of it and you're like, oh yeah, you know what? If I ever need an injury lawyer, maybe I will call those guys.
And what you're trying to say is, we're not telling you to go put billboards up for your business.
Yeah.
We're saying,
yeah, no, absolutely don't do billboards.
well, no, you could.
Yeah,
you could. I would still, if I, you know, if whatever, maybe, you know, whatever, you hit them from all angles. But like, it's just, that's how you got to kind of look at these social platforms. It's the people on getting on the consumer on the phone is the person driving the car. The content is the billboards that are alongside the highways. So if you can monopolize the billboards, the content, obviously you can't ever do that, but like, you know what I mean? And you take over, then the odds of people remembering what your brand is and who you are, it just increase. It's just,
Yeah,
know.
100%.
So that's the way you look at it.
That was the second 100% I said.
Yeah.
That's on record.
Okay.
Second 100%. And the CEO, Mosery, also said, this is a statistic that comes from Instagram. The more you post, the more followers you will get. So that's just something to consider. To be omnipresent, to post more on social media, to post on your stories is one thing that we have to do. But to be omnipresent try to be on every angle that you can be, because you never know when, if you truly believe in what you sell, if you truly believe in what you're doing and the mission that you have, you never know when you might put up a story like Frank got two guys to sign up to his program just by putting up a story, right? But you never know who's in need of help and who's in need of your services that have just been following you. And at that exact moment, they're like, this is what spoke to me to come reach out to you. Right. So I think that's super important to.
And I think Vince, the post that we did for Vince today, which was very interesting too, because it runs on. This is what makes me know that the consistency in doing the same thing every day has a compounding effect, and it's real. It's not just something that's in my mind. He said that he sent. That's why I told you to listen to it. But he said he had sent 729 emails to a certain client, and it took him 730 to finally land him. Or something.
Yeah.
So like
that's like 2 years.
Yeah. So like think about that. Like that guy was was waiting for it. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right moment and the right time. So imagine that across every angle. Like it's just going to compound and compound and compound. And eventually you're going to get really good at conveying your message, and people are going to resonate, and you're going to be able to provide value, and people are going to want your help for what you do.
And it's a long-term game, and you got to always look at it with the long-term vision rather than the quick, what we're used to, social media, quick hit of, oh, I just got dopamine out of this. Let me go to the next one. Oh, I just got this, or I got likes, and I got 300 likes. It's a long-term game. And if you don't believe in the long-term game, then you don't believe in your company. If you want everything, the immediate gratification right now, you need to go through the hardship of running your business and playing out social media in the long term. Because if you don't think about it in the long term sense, you don't think your company is going to last long term, and that's why you want it now. But you're going to reap the rewards long term because, again, like you just said, it's going to take other people to find you. A great example of this, I said it the other day. I think I said it on the other podcast, but there was a reel of this guy that had a dart. Like I guess there was just a dart on his window.
Okay.
Like, you know those brick windows, like those brick glasses. Like they're in the wall.
Brick?
They're squares. They're like
brick glasses on. I'm kidding. Okay, whatever. Yes, I know what you're talking about. They're glass bricks.
Yeah, glass bricks, right?
Okay.
I guess when he moved, or he or she, when they moved in, there was a dart on the glass, and then all they did was just post that every single day. Still standing up here, still standing up here. And this has nothing to do with fucking business, but it has to do with consistency. They end up moving. They cut out the brick glass with the dart on it because they didn't want the dart, like the Nerf dart, to fall off.
Okay.
And then they like put it in their living room on the new house, and they like redid the wall or whatever.
Okay.
But it's like they just did day 1259 and posting a brick. Or posting a dart on the glass. It still hasn't fallen off yet. Right? I landed on that post on day 112, on day 1259. It took me 3, 4, 5 years to find that fucking thing, right?
That's crazy.
So just think about that. It took 5 years for one of those videos to show up on my feed. Just think about that. So when you're complaining about, oh, I'm not getting any leads, or
I'm not getting any views.
I'm not getting any views. This motherfucker posted a dart for fucking 5 years. That's fucking consistency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's more post than... No, that's not more post than this, but...
It's not.
I will say, like, that's the power of consistency. Because 5 years later, somebody that might be interested in your content, that might fall in line and be having that exact problem at that exact moment, at that exact time, and say, hey, I think I'm ready to join with you. So there you go. And we hope to be the outlet for you guys of where the attention is at. And it might not be Instagram tomorrow. It might not be TikTok tomorrow. It might not be YouTube tomorrow. Who knows? But our whole mission, secondary mission, I guess, would be to show you guys like where the attention is and where to kind of move and maneuver from. And you should always be omnipresent. But I think omnipresence is like the one thing that just goes into everything.
Yeah.
You know
And remember this, where your attention goes, energy flows, and results will follow. That's a
quote from Kyle Newell, aka the Panda Man.
Right.
But yeah, that's all we got for you guys
today.
On this podcast.
I think I think we're getting better at this.
I think we're speaking way better.
We're speaking way better. I think we prepped, so there's some prepping involved here and there. You know, throughout the week now, we're like, we should talk about this. And honestly, you should start a podcast if you have your own business and you want to do this, because I think what the podcast allows you to do is it allows you to. It literally makes me work harder, because we do this every Friday night. So Monday I wake up and I want to work and do as much as I can throughout the week.
So you can talk about
So I can talk about what I did that week. Like, I want to work super, super hard, gain a bunch of value. So now at the end of the week, I'm like, dude, I did all this. I learned all this stuff. I moved my business forward like this. now I could show the world and help you guys figure out.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll put in the work. We'll tell you what happens.
And even if we come down to our last dollar, even if we go into a fucking bunch of debt, all right? We'll never fucking get rid of this podcast, so you can't stop us.
True.
So that's all for this week. And if you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment if you guys want to know anything else, if there's anything else that we can share with you guys. And then also, last thing was, if you guys know any business owners that are looking to do content, are scared to get into content, but they know they need it, refer us and we'll hook you guys up, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, we will hook you guys up. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Nice. That was a good one, dude.